Hola y buenos días. Bienvenidos a otra clase de español 2. Guys, good morning, welcome. Here we go. So today's objective, you'll be able to conjugate and use stem changing verbs in the present tense correctly. So this is kind of building. You may have noticed that I've not posted loads and loads of videos from what was it, week number 7, I believe. I don't think I'd made a video because it's pretty much the same idea. As long as you watch the one stem changing verb video, you're going to be okay. The reason why I'm making this one today is specifically for the verbs that we do in our do now. They are really, they're different, and I want you to see those verbs, and so I'm going to make this video and include and really emphasize those 3 verbs in this video. A couple other things I also want to discuss, but those 3 verbs are the key reason why I'm making this video. So let's get right into it. El lema de la clase. So, yo soy alguien, yo era alguien cuando vine, y yo seré un mejor alguien cuando yo salga. Soy poderoso, soy fuerte, yo merezco la educación que recibo aquí. Tengo cosas que hacer, gente para impresionar y lugares para visitar. Okay. And so here are the 3 verbs that I'm emphasizing. The first verb, costar, I talk about that verb when I give you guys the meanings in the stem changing verbs video. I talk specifically about the verb costar because of its different conjugation. Now, preferir and repetir, the big thing with preferir and the big thing with repetir is that they're both stem changing verbs. So they're either e to ie or e to I. The question is, which E gets the change? And that's why I put those 2 verbs into the warm-up, into the activity that I want you guys to see. So if you want to pause the video and work on these verbs to see how you do in conjugating them and putting down the meaning, then I would encourage you to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to switch over to the next slide right now. So there's costar. Costar means to cost. It's an O to UE stem change, but look what happened in the yo, the tú, the nosotros, and the vosotros forms. There are no forms, and here's why. If I were to say yo cuesto, what am I implying? What does yo cuesto, how does that translate into English? It translates into I cost. In other words, I'm for sale. Now I'm going to let your high school imaginations run wild there as to what that's implying. And I guess in theory, the cuesto, cuestas, costamos, and costáis, those forms, I guess they do exist, but we're not going to explore their uses in this forum if you want to do that. Well, I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, so it's costar and it's cuesta, cuestan. And what, so cuesta, when would I use cuesta? Remember, this is the epitome right here. Remember when I showed you the subject pronouns chart and it was he, she, you, it in that bottom left-hand box? Well, here's your it. Cuestan is also like a they, and they could be they, the things. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. So if we're talking about, for example, el chocolate cuesta. El chocolate cuesta $2. Los chocolates cuestan $4. And obviously I'm emphasizing the N a little bit more there, but I want you to hear how that works. Los chocolates. So when the object is plural, you use the plural form, which is cuestan. When it's singular, you use the singular form, which is cuesta. Now, the next verbs are preferir, repetir. And what I want you guys to see with these verbs is this. Preferir It conjugates prefiero, prefieres, prefiere, preferimos, preferís, prefieren. And the reason why I made such a big deal out of this is because there are two E's in both preferir and repetir. So which E gets the stem change? If you're just looking at preferir and you're like, oh crud, I've got to use this, I've got to change this, what do I do? Well, here's the rule. The vowel nearest the verb ending. Let me repeat that. The vowel nearest the verb ending receives the stem change. Always. That's a rule. You can take that to the bank. So, case my E in between the F and the R, the fer, that's the E that will receive the stem change because that is the vowel nearest the verb ending. All right, so it works prefiero, prefieres, prefiere. Notice it's an E to IE. So prefiere, preferimos, preferís, prefieren. And that's a rule. You can take that to the bank. So repetir, same thing, two E's. Which E is going to get the stem change? It's the E nearest the verb ending. So now what kind of a verb is repetir? If you're not sure about that, look on your verb list. That verb list is the resource of resources. Use it. If you downloaded that yet, cardinal sin 1 through a million right there. That's a huge issue. Download that, print it many times, write your meanings on it, use it, beat it up, print it on colored paper so you don't lose it, love it, and use it. That is the resource of resources. Anyway, here's repetir. So repetir conjugates as repito, repites, repite, repetimos, repetís, and repiten. Notice it's an E to I stem change, and everything else is, I'm following the rules. Got the little boot going on there. So yeah, that's repetir. Now, new rules. This is something that we need to discuss. When the school year started, I had zero experience with online teaching. I had never done anything like this before in my life. I had no idea what I was doing, and I will readily admit that. And I think all of you have never done what you're doing, and you would readily admit that. There's no shame in saying, I don't know what's going on. Because I don't. Well, I didn't then. I'm a little bit better now, but I'm still pretty clueless. At that time, I said homework assignments could be submitted to either Canvas or online. No, that was a mistake, and that was mistakes 1 through 8.5 million. No. Canvas doesn't work for me, guys. So all homework assignments must be submitted to me through email. Homework assignments that are submitted to Canvas, they're not going to be graded. Guys, I don't even look. I don't even open up Canvas to go in there. So if you submit it, it's like going into a black hole. I'm not going to find it because I don't look there. All right, so don't submit your homework assignments there. And document that this video created today in October said, thou shalt not. Don't do it. All right. The only exception to that rule, and there is one exception, is if the file is too large. Well, the only file that would be too large is a video file. That would be an obvious choice, that the only way you could submit it to me would be through Canvas. Obviously, I'll take that. Now, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still figuring this out, and maybe at semester break, I'm going to be like, whoa, wait a minute, you know what, Canvas isn't so bad after all. Well, I'm not there yet. So the rule is, do not submit anything to Canvas. Nope. All right. So when sending me an email, so when you're submitting a homework assignment through email, excuse me, you must always include in the subject line your period. I've got period 8 here as an example. If you're in period 4, if you're in period 6, that's fine. But period, and put it in this order. Period, and then the name of the assignment. If that doesn't happen, a 20% penalty will be assessed to that assignment. Excuse me. Let me explain what that means. If it's a 20-point assignment, I'm going to take 4 points. I'm going to put right in the little description, heading -4. And then whatever, then I start grading the paper from there. If it's a 50-point assignment and you don't put the proper subject line on your paper, or on your submission, excuse me, then I'll just put down in the little reply that I send you your grade, I'll say heading, or maybe subject line. Maybe I should call it subject line. But anyway, it will be a 20% penalty. All right? You need to do this correctly the first time around. All right. Your ongoing homework, once again, is to have created note cards, but the idea is not that you're creating note cards, that you are learning the verbs. For Wednesdays, says for tomorrow because this was for a Tuesday, but for Wednesdays, for a while here, we will not be meeting for instruction. Rather, I'd like you to have all of your work on your note cards for the half hour that we would be in instruction. Please don't let me down on this. Guys, excuse me. If you are working on an assignment, that would be perfect. But use this day as a catch-up day, as a day to get yourself pulled back together for then Thursday and Friday. Because things are coming and teachers are hitting you guys with work and everything. Use those Wednesdays for that makeup time. And then finally, goodness, for the end of class, we did what I call Rueda de Verbos. Those flippity wheels, or flippity wheel, those flippity wheels are posted in Canvas. Go to those links and you can, pull those links up and you can practice with those and use those and practice with them and practice with them and practice with them. It would be wonderful for when you come back to class that you are knowledgeable, and it's speed and accuracy. Now I'm choking over here, so I'm going to let you guys go, but if you have any questions, do not hesitate to drop me an email. I would be delighted to help you out any way I can. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.